I do want to talk about. So what's like the difference between like the whole preparation to where it's like you get ready for a wrestling match
versus base jump?
Versus a base jump.
I like this question.
It's like you probably got your headphones on, like you probably got Chief Keef in, getting ready for a wrestling match to where it's like I'm thinking like if I were to do it, well, like my whole preparation for football was like when I get on the bus, I throw in some gospel music,
just peaceful,
to like calm me down,
yes.
like allow me to just like recognize like the whole like what I'm about to experience, and appreciate the moment and things like that. And then like once I get in the locker room, I speed it up a little bit just because we're still 2 hours from the game. And then like game time is just like boom, like I got like Young Boy, I got like Lil Baby,
Lil
Young
Wayne,
Boy, like all that,
the hard stuff,
So what's it like? Do you go into it to where it's like, oh, like you ramped up, or is it just like you kind of just like you ease into it?
Yeah, I got to, especially for base jumping, just because my life's on the line a little bit. I have to be as calm as I can. I have a term called wrestle free. Wrestling free means we as a whole are very outcome based, right? The outcome in a base jump or a skydive is the bad part of the outcome is obviously a lot worse than losing a wrestling match or a football game. You know, something bad could happen. But as a whole, just we as a society are very outcome based, and I'm very anti-outcome based. I've always been taught, goal setting wise, your goals shouldn't be to-dos, like a checklist. Win states, check. Win NCAAs, check. Right? Make the national team, check. It should be to be. Who do I want to be? There's a difference between saying, for a high school kid, I want to win states. I want to be the best in the state. There's a difference, right? For me, at least. And basically, how I would approach a wrestling match is I want to be as present as possible. That doesn't mean I can't look back at past matches and learn from it once in a while. That doesn't mean I can't look forward and make sure I'm on the right path once in a while. What that means is I want to be as present as possible because I can't be the best version of myself right now if my mind is at the end of the match. A match is 7 minutes. I hope I win. Outcome. I hope I don't lose. Outcome. Uncontrollable. If I'm constantly thinking about the end of the match, if my mind is constantly 7 minutes in the future, how can I be the best version of myself in the moment, right? You might mess some stuff up, skip some stuff, skip a workout, skip it, right? Because your mind is always future, outcome. Right. I'm very anti-outcome based. I'm very, try to make your goals who you want to be. That's your identity. Our entire society is outcome based. Mm-hmm. What's the number one argument why MJ and LeBron, who's better? Rings. Outcome, right? Everybody, so when we introduce people, this guy was a 3-time All-American. This guy was this, state champ, this, everything's outcome. That to me is not identity. I'm not identified by any kind of outcome or, I'm not a millionaire, but like, for an example, millionaire, straight A student, definitely not one of those, right? Straight A student, millionaire, state champ, national champ, right? I'm not identified by any kind of outcome. I'm identified by steps leading up to an outcome. Was I on time? Did I do the right things? Was I a good person, right? Like stuff like that. To me, that makes up who somebody actually is, right? So when I'm before a wrestling match, it's easy to have pre-match nerves. Like, what if I lose? What if I do X, Y, Z? But usually they're uncontrollables. Uncontrollables is what gives us the most stress in real life and in sports. For sure. Right? Mm-hmm. I can't control my opponent's record. I can't control, how many people are in the stands. If it's sold out, if there's one person here, right? I can't control if my dad just walked in. I want to show out for my dad, right? I can't control if, there's a cute girl I was talking to and she's here. I can't control any of this, right? But I can control my effort. I can't control in wrestling how many shots I take. Technique. I can control if I when it gets really hard, if I take a step back or take a step forward, right? I can control those things, and it's the same thing on a base jump. I can't control, unfortunately, certain things on a base jump. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna put all my focus on things I can control, right? So that's my mentality: 100% present, control the controllables. Have you ever heard the phrase "How do you eat an elephant"? It's corny, but have you heard that? Yeah. And what's the answer? You know it?
What is one bite
at a time, right? Mm-hmm. Bite by bite, right? So an elephant will be an overwhelming obstacle. Holy cow, how can I eat this whole thing? How can I get straight A's? A bite is each next controllable decision. A byproduct of a lot of effort usually is a win. A byproduct of good body position on a base jump, good pack job, usually is a lot of fun, right? Like that's what it's gonna be. So my mentality is being present, whether it's wrestling or base jumping, being present and focusing on what I can control, right? And not getting stressed out about these uncontrollable things that I have nothing, that literally I have no control over.
Mm-hmm. Do you have the same amount of like fun when you first got into it to where it's like now it's kind of...
Oh yeah.
Would you consider it like a job, or is it just something that you do for fun that now
I'm trying to make it a job via social media, maybe some stunt work, stuff like that. I've been fortunate with a few social media posts where, I've been able to monetize it. But for the most part, anything we do is not addicting. I shouldn't say addicting. That's a poor choice of words. Fulfilling without challenge. I need a challenge, right? The reason why a podcast would be, an obsession for you is because there's ups and downs. We think, again, outcome based, we think, I just want to win. I just want to win. But you need to care about competing more than you care about just winning. And even though winning's about, I know Vince Lombardi quotes and all this, winning's not a sometimes thing. Yeah, 100%, I'm about it, right? But competing, being in a fight, that's more important. And I'm not even talking just wrestling, like let's